All right, so I want to spend a minute and talk about socialism. Um, the idea of socialism sounds fantastic, that everyone will be taken care of and there will be equity and justice. But unfortunately, that is not the way it works. Now, I can certainly understand why non Christians would believe in such a thing, because it would be the only way, they could understand to help do things the right way. But what baffles me is how Christians can believe in social justice and believe in socialism. It doesn't make any sense to me. Christ taught us that we should be charitable. And if we expect the government to just take our money and dole out charity, then how is that us being charitable? We have no choice in the matter. It's being done whether we like it or not. And that robs us of the blessings because God looks upon our hearts. And if it's just easier and more convenient to let the government handle it, are we truly being charitable or not? We should do things, we should help people of our own volition. Obviously, there needs to be some welfare set up because there's people that don't have people to take care of them and that cannot take care of themselves, and those people should be helped. But the welfare system that we have and going to the socialist system, it just doesn't work. There's too many people on it. There's no incentive to work, to get off of it, to become self-sufficient. And that's what Jesus Christ wants for us. He wants for us to be self-sufficient. How can we help other people? He told us to help other people. How can we do that if we can't even help ourselves? So we should fight as hard as we can and get an education and do all the things that will help lift our situation in life so that way we can help lift somebody else. Now, if everybody lived that way with that idea, there would be no reason to have socialism. There'd be no reason to have the government involved in taking care of other people because we would all be taking care of each other, and that's the way things should work. Unfortunately, people are becoming selfish and self-centered, and that's not the way that it works. But the solution is not the government, because eventually the government corrupts everything. They're bad managers. They're bad at handling their money. They're bad at spending. They're bad at everything. And there's nobody to check them and to see what they're doing with this money. They waste it. They spend it. And it's not right. It's not good. In fact, it is evil. Socialism is evil. We need to be free to exercise charity and love of our neighbors, not forced into it. That's not how this country was founded. I believe that God founded this country, that the founding fathers were inspired men in tune with the Spirit of God. I believe that it was set up to have the free exercise of religion, so that way there could be a restoration of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so again, as a Christian, I don't understand how you can believe in social justice, in socialism. Socialism always leads to communism. In communism, children are property, religion is destroyed, and freedom is taken away. Always. It always happens that way. It has happened that way in every communist society that has ever existed, and it will always happen that way. Socialism always leads to communism. It was created to bridge the gap between capitalism and communism. And so to believe in such a thing, it's just evil. Communists believe that children are property, and it's not the sole responsibility of the parents to teach them, but it's a joint effort, and really they're just property of the government to be raised and to be taught whatever the government sees fit. That's what socialism leads to. Again, I see how people would think of it as, oh, we want to care for those people. But in communism, what always happens, see, they need the poor people right now to usher in socialism and communism and get these things into place. But once they're in place, look at what happens. People are mistreated. The people that are weak and of no value to society, disabled people and mentally handicapped people, they're killed. because they provide nothing to society. That always happens. They become death camps, and it's just evil and atrocious. And if you're a Christian, please do some research before you start believing in social welfare and social justice and redistribution of wealth. And think about your own personal accountability. Think about it. Do some research. Communism and socialism are evil. Now, there is corruption in capitalism, and it's been perverted. And we need to fix that. We need to vote people in that will fix those things. And I don't have all the answers. But I know that a free market society is the best way for people to be self-sufficient, to have the opportunity to work hard, to grow, and to progress. And in that system, if I become rich, I can then help other people. And that's how we're supposed to think, and that's how we should be as Christians. Think about it.